you say we start our show in Boston?
Yes,
today,
fireworks.
We all had this one circled. Steph Curry and the Warriors, or should I say Steve Kerr and the Warriors,
here we go.
facing Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics here. I say Steve Kerr because, Janae, as we head to TD Garden, you can see Steve taking the floor. Take a listen to what it sounded like when he was announced in starting lineups.
The head coach of the Golden State Warriors is Steve Kerr.
I didn't know head coaches get that type of announcement. They know they so petty.
That is the definition of unbothered right there.
And then courtside,
wow. USA.
everyone is making sure Steve Kerr
Shade
knows
everywhere.
the energy here. But Buddy Hield has been off to just an electric start here for the Golden State Warriors. He has the most threes through the first 8 games with any franchise in NBA history.
It's kind of crazy to say that he's out shooting right now per game at 4 than Steph Curry.
That is
From
crazy.
3.
But Jason Tatum's jumper, it is looking good, Brian. And Steve Kerr calls a timeout.
And this is not the player that was there in July and August. Let's just be honest.
And look at Steve Kerr holding Steph accountable because that was a horrible show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Curry hits a nice 3 here.
Makeup.
Falls to the ground. Under a minute left in the half. Curry gets the steal, dribbles down to the other end, looking, and then finds Moses Moody there. This doesn't happen very often. Golden State led by 11 at the half and trailing by double digits. It's not a familiar spot for Boston. They really, though, Brian, turned it on in the third quarter here. Peyton Pritchard dropping his defender, kicking it out to Tatum for the 3.
What they do, they hit the threes. They were a little bit slow in the first half. Second half got really cooking.
But usually, Janae, this is where you think, okay, the Boston Celtics are going to be getting back into control. The Warriors, they held their ground.
Look, this game, I know we're seeing a lot of great offensive plays, but really was won by defense.
Absolutely. So here, I want you to take a listen to Tatum just downplaying the importance of this game. Here's what he said.
My entire career, people want me to be, louder. People want me to be meaner or whatever. One thing about Jason is, I'm always going to do what the I want to do.
All right, so he's going to do what he wants to do. The Celtics, they scored 41 points in the third quarter after only scoring 40 in the entire first half here. Peyton Pritchard with the 3. And all of this, Perk, sets up for an excellent finish. So under 7 to play, the Celtics up by 4. Derek White here has the ball. Boston now up by 7.
I mean, Derek White playing at an all-star caliber level, averaging 20 points this season?
You got to guard that man.
He was already turning back as soon as it left his hand.
Hey.
Golden State clawing their way back here, down by 1. Curry, nice little cut inside, gets that one to go as well. And all of a sudden, Golden State finds themselves back on top here. Trying to create this separation, Janae. Curry.
Man, that was a tough finish. What I love about Steph Curry, he has not settled for threes. He attacks the paint. That float game was nice.
And when he is doing that, and there's so much attention that's drawn to him,
boom,
he can kick it back out
more
to Buddy Hield for the 3. Yes, more on this coming up in just a minute. Curry, Hield, they're loving it. The Warriors, they go into Boston to get the win. Here's Steve Kerr after the game.
Boston was, without Jaylen Brown and Porzingis, so this is not their best version of their team, but they're still damn good. So it's a hell of a win in a tough environment, and we had some guys out too. And again, I love our depth. I think we're built to withstand absences. We get a lot of guys who can come in and play big minutes for us and help us win games like these. So it's obviously a good win for us.
So the Warriors have now opened 5-0 on the road for just the second time in franchise history. The other time they did this, that's the year they went on to win an NBA record 73 games. But Janae, that team looked a whole lot different than this one. But maybe, is there a new Splash relative in town?
We're going to have to find a name for him, but we talked about this game as a test for both teams, but especially Golden State, to really see what this gut check could potentially be. And they absolutely handled this test. And what I love about this, y'all, is how they handled the dagger, the crunch time. So first, we're going to figure out a name for Steph and Buddy Hield, but as I break down the dagger, because this is a team that is number 1 in the NBA in bench points, you'll see exactly why, especially in clutch time. So first, I want to show you this. It's time and score. It's 108-104, 2-possession game, 1 minute left, so every possession matters. As this play progresses, first, I want to show you the 2 guys. One, it's Steph Curry handling the ball, then it's Buddy Hield off the right wing. So what Steph is doing right here is he's probing. He wants to force a switch, and he gets it. What is a switch right here? It's him versus Al Horford. Yep, he knows he can blow by him. So as Steph attacks, watch, Al Horford gets beat. This is where we enter the danger zone. How many players are watching? 1, 2, 3 Boston Celtics, none more costly than one Jason Tatum, who is caught asleep. He is sleeping, watching Steph Curry, and this is costly because here, look at Buddy Hield. What he's gonna do is, typically when you have guards and you're moving on the perimeter, when I move, you move. Just like that, you're attached on a string. So what he will do is he's gonna drift over as Steph attacks towards him to the right corner, and look how much space is available for him to operate. This man is a 51% three-point shooter, and guess what? That's all they wrote. There's the drift. Jason Tatum caught asleep. Easy bucket. Tough contest by Derek White, but nonetheless, it did not matter. And that was just 3 points